of your mind? Are you comparing the systematic, cold-blooded extermination of millions of Jews to America making sure that people are here legally? Arizona sure is putting the AZ in Nazi, aren't they?
Oh, didn't think it was going to be him, did ya? Glenn Beck is offended. Glenn Beck thinks playing the Nazi card is going too far. Glenn Beck! This is a guy who uses more swastika props and video of the Nuremberg rallies than the History Channel. For God's sake, he compared global warming to Nazi Germany.
That was Hitler's plan. His enemy, the Jew. Al Gore's enemy, the UN's enemy, global warming. I'm not accusing Al Gore of being a Nazi or anything like that.
Yes, you are! You just did it! Note to Glenn Beck. I've met Al Gore. Al Gore is no Adolf Hitler. Hitler had charisma. All Glenn Beck needs is a single word to send him into a Nazi tizzy, especially when it comes from President Obama talking about his Supreme Court justice.
I view that quality of empathy, of understanding and identifying with people's hopes and struggles as an essential ingredient for arriving at just decisions and outcomes.
Did you catch it? Neither did I. But guess who did?
Hitler decided that it was the only empathetic thing to do is to put this child down and put him out of his suffering. It was the beginning of the T4, which led to genocide everywhere. It was the beginning of it. Empathy leads you to very bad decisions many times.
In one paragraph, Glenn Beck tied one of the most positive words in the English language to Hitler's genocide. It's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Except there's just 1 degree, and Kevin Bacon is Hitler. Oh, this is easy. And it works for anything. The National Endowment for the Arts.
Advocating through art is known as propaganda. We should look up the name Goebbels.
Teaching kids about climate change.
Some may believe we're on the road to the Hitler Youth.
Acorn.
These are the brown shirts.
TARP.
It's what happened in the National Socialist country of Germany in the 1930s under Hitler.
The Peace Corps. Seriously, the Peace Corps.
This is what Hitler did with the SS.
Glenn Beck has Nazi Tourette's.
The fact that Glenn Beck makes money selling fear to the far right is a no-brainer. However, the question is being raised, does he profit twice? Once when he scares the pants off the Beckerheads with his Chicken Little act, and again when he segues to being a shill for gold traders accused of being scammers. The question has been out there for a while, but Congressman Anthony Weiner raised it to a level Beck felt compelled to respond to in his typical crackpot way.
Congressman Anthony Weiner had a press conference yesterday, which means, I think, that he just called MSNBC because they're the only ones covering this clown. He's accusing one of the sponsors of my program, Goldline, of, quote, ripping off customers. And I'm involved. And he's just fighting for the little guy. We took apart the truths and untruths for this report, and I would give them to you now, but I've decided I'm not going to waste my precious airtime on Weiner facts. So we have now wienerfacts.com. And I want you to go there right now. Whoops, there we go. I want you to go to wienerfacts.com. There we go. Here's wienerfacts.com. And you'll find all of the little facts about Weiner. There's Weiner there, right there. But let me go into the real unholy alliance, because that's what he's calling it, an unholy alliance. It's the grassroots unholy alliance. To silence anybody who speaks out about this program or anybody at all that is involved. Scare the friends, scare anybody away. The unholy alliance. Look at this. I like Weiner. Presidential advisor Jim Wallace is on this unholy alliance. He's boycotting this show. Isn't that weird? Presidential advisor, spiritual and political advisor for Barack Obama. Wow. Former green job czar at the White House, Van Jones. He's boycotting it. It's weird. Then there's Andy Stern, SEIU. They're boycotting this program and doing all they can to stop us. All three of these guys trying to lead and rally people in against this program. And then the AFL-CIO, they've also said that they're doing everything they can. And then we have Weiner up here. This one's interesting because we've graduated into a darker level now, because now it's official. McCarthy has appeared. See, they call me Joe McCarthy. I don't have the power of Congress. You know, I can't call people to be testifying in front. I can't do that. I can't do that. That's weird. But Weiner can. Now let me ask you this. What are the odds that the president doesn't know that 1, 2, 3 of his advisors and now one congressman, Weiner, is doing this to this program? Wow. Let me just talk to you for a second. How afraid they really must be to spend all of this time and money on little old me. By the way, in a completely unrelated story, Weiner had a very busy day yesterday. He launched that attack on me, and then just a couple of hours later, he was meeting with the president at the White House. Wow. On another completely unrelated story, Weiner's newly hired press secretary, until recently, worked, no, not the Center for American Progress, financed by George Soros, but Media Matters, funded by George Soros. You know, the spin machine for the left? Isn't that? I like Weiner. It was Media Matters, by the way, who first started the lie that we could read in, I think, the LA Times and then the Washington Post, which this guy is always doing stuff with the Washington Post. The little story came from Media Matters that my ratings were down on this program. Well, now we can tell you because the official ratings are out May to May. And it's weird. They're down so far that they're actually up 22%. Sounds like a smear campaign with no facts at all. It was also Media Matters who started the ridiculous attack on gold sponsorships. Now that is something we should look into, this unholy alliance in Media Matters and Wieners.
Beck saying MSNBC is quote-unquote the only one covering this clown begs the point, if Congressman Weiner is such a joke, why doesn't Beck invite him onto his show and end this thing quickly? Or is Beck, as O'Reilly always says, hiding under his desk in fear of the truth? A better question is, why doesn't fair and balanced Fox News ever take Media Matters up on the request to appear on one of their shows? A courtesy they allow the right-wing equivalent, Newsbusters, when Fox frequently features Brent Bozell. Could it be the lies about Glenn's ratings come from his own mouth? According to a response Media Matters posted, his ratings are down 33% since January. Beck tries to redirect us to May figures, but even that doesn't save him because, as Media Matter points out, a year ago his show was only broadcast Monday through Friday, and using this May's figures biases those results because they include Saturday's numbers. But Beck's latest conspiracy theory is hatched up to cover up the central issue. Is Goldline International a scam? Trust me, you won't find any truth at the comically bad wienerfacts.com either. It's easy to find complaints against them, including one I saw from a Beckerhead who regrets trusting Beck's endorsement. However, in fairness to Goldline, they don't appear to be your typical get-rich-quick scammers who take your money then don't answer the phone. No, they just appear to be a high-pressure outfit trying to steer novices to high-profit gold coins. Even their president admits are marked up 50% or even more. As a hobbyist collector myself, I learned a long time ago that investing in collectibles is a quick way to the poorhouse, because you always buy at retail and sell at wholesale. So the dealer usually is the only winner unless you hold an asset for a very long time. Oh, and please don't forget, Beck is looking after you, the little guy.